Welcome to teleSUR English. At this moment, we go live to Venezuela in the framework of the first Agro-ALBA Expo that is taking place. Let's see.
Thank you very much.
First joint meeting of ALBA-TCP Ministers of Agriculture and Fisheries. This is happening in the framework of the Agro-ALBA Expo Fair.
Representatives as well that are accompanying us this morning, special guests.
To the delegates.
On behalf of the workers of the system of agriculture of the Republic of Cuba and the cooperatives and the peasants, and in my own name, permit me to thank you for your gentile invitation to participate here, where we will present the challenges that we have today and those of the future for the systems of food for our countries, different countries. Dear colleagues, what grave crisis is a threat to the world today that has imposed to us the challenge to look for alternatives in order to improve the systems of food in the world. And they have demanded a dynamic response to this that is concrete, fast, in order to advance in the economic horizons of ALBA-TCP. In order to guarantee the sovereignty and food security of member countries of all of this region. Intense have been the efforts that have been made and the topics of discussion that have been concrete in order to mitigate the lags imposed on Cuba from the economic blockade that my country suffers, as well as other countries like the sister Republic of Venezuela, as well as Nicaragua, impacted duly by the successive administrations of the United States, and also has different areas that are humanitarian, limiting not only access to financing of technology and markets. These are modest, have been the results achieved by Cuba in the agro-food sector. Not so much we are willing to share our positive experience, and for this we count on the political will of our government and the projection to increase the volume of strategically to be sustainable in order to achieve developments in the agricultural sector and in the future as well as in the present. And right now we are in this very difficult context. We have used different politics that have been making us develop in the agro-food sector, making emphasis on the small productions that are private and cooperatives that are using different policies of economic incentives and tax incentives facing the climate change, innovation of technology based on the transformations of the matrix of agro-productive one and access to lands, and a reduction of the reduction of deficiencies between the differences between city and country. Recently we found ourselves implementing a law of sovereignty and food security, education, and nutrition that is bearing fruit and empowering our municipalities, already, of course, approved by our constitution, of course, of the strengthens our municipality, and approved recently in order to be implemented is a decree of agroecology as well, something that we have always practiced in Cuba, searching for sovereignty and security, but now based on laws. Also, there's another decree, a law with respect to agricultural aspects that permits to put into good practices, and we continue to give lands for free to our producers. Now we are reviewing as well our law of lands in order to improve and search more rapprochement to these sectors and more people in the field, that is to give lands to farmers for free for them to produce, in emphasis also in policies that are more precise amongst the youth, permit them also to search their own life project there, and there are many projects here related with these issues of our youth to include them, and it is therefore for them that Agro-ALBA offers opportunities that are valuable for Cuba, and we acknowledge it here, Secretary. We want to thank you for that topic, and we will continue to advance and give priority directly in what you explained in order to start to sow the land. And it is the will of Hugo Chavez in the past that we started, and in honor of him in Cuba, we have to concrete these topics in order to advance towards the consecution, achieving these objectives, and it is a key project for food sovereignty and the development of agriculture of the region, searching to foster sustainable development and food security. One, we can be sure, and we can import food, of course, but that's not being sovereign. If we produce in a country, what it is sure and sovereign. The best thing is that you'll be self-sufficient with respect to production of food. I don't want to end without before reiterate our thankfulness to the organizers of this event for this invitation and this opportunity that has given to us. And I would like to ratify, and I say it with all sincerity, ratify then our commitment with ALBA-TCP and with AgriAlba to work together hand in hand, that we give our best efforts. We are willing and able, as well as our farmers, for together struggle for the idea of a better world is better. Thank you.
We were listening from Venezuela to the joint meeting of the ministers of fisheries and agriculture in the framework of the first AgriAlba Expo Fair. This is a meeting, an important meeting, in which the ministers from the different ALBA countries and also guest countries that are invited are discussing the importance and possible cooperations in terms of achieving, for example, food sovereignty. We were just listening to the Minister of Agriculture of Cuba, and we will continue updating you with more information on this fair and possible cooperation agreements in upcoming news briefs. Stay tuned with teleSUR English.